And please hold all your questions until the end of today's session, and we will go over anything you would like. I'm just going to stop my video for right now so you can just concentrate right on the screen for right now. So tonight what we're going to be doing is we will be starting off with how to get in from off campus. And that's the most important thing, how to get in from the MyQ page. Then we will go into off-campus access, how to authenticate, contact information. You can always contact a librarian by Zoom, chat, email, phone. We'd love to hear from you. Our Library One search, I'm going to be showing you our Library One search. We call that our Library Google search because it pretty much searches mostly everything that the library owns. All of our books, ebooks, hard copy, journal articles, newspapers, magazines, even some outside sources also by publishers' websites. Then I will be showing you where Interlibrary Loan is if we don't own something. Say we don't own a particular journal article. We will be going through Interlibrary Loan as well. Our databases. Now, just to let you know, I am going to be just touching on, basically just touching on our databases, not going into any depth into any one of these databases. At the end, if you would like for me to go into more depth into any one of these databases, I will be more than happy to, which is ABI Inform, which is a business database, Academic Search Complete, which is a more interdisciplinary database, and Nexus Uni, which does cover that law and it covers journal articles, and I will go through all of that with you. And then Janet, at the end, will be going through Congressgov with all of you as well, and she will be going into more in-depth. So let's start off with off-campus access. Let me get out of here. And some of you may already know how to get in from the MyQ page, but I will go through this again. From the MyQ page right here, to get into our library, and we have such wonderful resources, all you have to do is you go to where it says IT and Libraries. There is a drop down that says Library Arnold Bernhardt, and this is the library that you will be using. The other one is the Health Sciences, and then there's the Law. So I would like to first point out a few things on our homepage. Librarians are available to assist students with all of their research needs. You can contact us by Zoom right here, okay? And during these reference hours, and they do change during the academic year and during intersession, just to let you know. If you scroll down, you can also contact us by phone, email, there's a live chat. Just remember that live chat is more for just basic questions because it's only a small chat box. If you would like more extensive question, please email us or just Zoom, or of course you can call us as well. Also on our homepage, right in the center of our page is our Library One search. And like I said, our Library One search, we always call this the Library Google search because it pretty much searches everything that the library owns. Like I said, our ebooks, print books, journal articles, newspapers, magazines. It goes through most of our databases right here. And there are ways in here to narrow it down as well. So when you go in here, I will show you, you can go in by a topic, or you can go in by particular, let me get out of my email, sorry. Or you can go right in by a particular, say, article. If you're looking for a particular article, you can type in the title of the article. And I'm going to put in something cost. You can just copy and paste it. I don't have it up right now, so I am going to type it in, evidence, context. This is the title of an article, values. And I'm typing this in. And then just go to search. And now, here's the first one. Remember, you can refine your search. You can refine it by scholarly and peer-reviewed articles. Here is articles and essays. There's book reviews, there is newspapers. I mean, from what I put in, you can put it in quotes to narrow it down. That means it will keep the terms all together. Oops. And then just go to search, and this should narrow it down a little farther. And here's just one of them. Now, to bring up that full article, here's your title, the authors, the title of the journal, Health Communication, and you can just click on where it says full text. Now, many of our articles, if you are doing a subject search, many of our articles link to either another database or a publisher's website, which is kind of nice. This is Taylor and Francis, and this is a publisher's website. Now, when you click on any one of these databases or articles from Library One Search from off campus, you are going to come up with a screen, and I'm on campus right now. That's why you're going to come up with a screen that's going to look just like this. You need to authenticate yourself from off campus by putting in your Quinnipiac username, and it's without the @quinnipiac.edu on the end, and your password. So it might be your first initial and last name, or your first initial, middle initial, and last name, and then your password. Now, as long as you keep your browser open, you can jump from one database or one web, ebooks to another without logging in again. And like I said, you can just click on here for full text and then always look for a PDF if it's a scholarly article. And just click on it and it will bring up your full text article. And of course you can print, save your articles, whatever you'd like. Okay. So let me go back to our homepage. And also on our homepage is Interlibrary Loan. And I always like to introduce Interlibrary Loan because it's a great service. If the library does not own a particular journal article, you can always request it through Interlibrary Loan. It's a free service. It doesn't cost you anything. And it usually only takes a few working days to receive an article, hopefully, depending on if the lending library, what's open right now. When you go into Interlibrary Loan right here, you click on where begin ILL request, please. You put in your Quinnipiac
username and password.
You can request an article under article right here, books, book chapters. So you can go right into articles right here. You can click on it and you can request, go through and fill out the form, okay? And just to let you know, when articles come in, you can view them right here. Also on our homepage are our databases. And just to let you know, databases, these are a group of resources. I know most of you have used some of our databases. These are a group of resources on a particular subject that the library does subscribe to. So these are subscription databases. They include articles that are available electronically, and these can include newspapers, magazines, trade publications. These are our most popular databases right here. And when you click, like I said, if you click on one of these databases from off campus, make sure you authenticate. I'm just going to point out a couple of these databases that are great databases to use for business or for health management. ABI Inform, if any of you have used ABI Inform. ABI Inform is a database of nearly 1,800 worldwide business periodicals. It does include scholarly journals, popular news magazines, trade publications, newspapers. It does include information on over 60,000 companies with business and executive profiles. And when you go in to ABI Inform, make sure you always go to the advanced search right here, okay? Because this is a basic search screen right here. And you always want to go to that advanced search because there are some nice limiters in here. So if you wanted to, Here are your terms. You can type in your terms here. You can decide, well, maybe I want to, search on a company. You can search on a company or an organization or an author or a publication title. Also, you can add a row. You want to search, you can put in your terms in each one of these rows with an and narrows down your search. That means it will take two terms, and that means both terms always have to appear within the articles. If you want those peer reviewed in Scholarly articles, you always check off peer reviewed in Scholarly. Never, ever check off full text in any of our databases, because all of our databases, they kind of link to one another. They kind of talk to one another. So if you check off full text, you're only going to be getting articles in this database, and it won't link out to all the other databases or a publisher's website. You can limit by a date range in here, 3 years, 12 years, 12 months after this date, if you'd like. Also, under source type, you can limit by magazine, newspaper, scholarly journal articles. You can check off as many as you'd like. Also, under document type, there's articles, annual report, and of course, make sure you check off English, please, because there are other languages in here. And let me go back. Also, remember, and the last one I do want to point out is Nexus Uni. And some of you may be familiar with Nexus. Nexus is an excellent source for legal research. It also provides access to full text articles from thousands of publications, including business, medical, legal, tax, or accounting newspapers, journals, and trade publications. Everything that's under popular right here, there's something called all databases, it's right in blue right here, is included under all databases. And this is a list of all of our databases. We have about 176. They're all alphabetical. You can go under subject if you'd like right here. And you can decide, well, maybe you want to know some of the business databases. And you click on that, and that will give you shorten that list to 38. Now, my colleague Janet is going to be going over Congress.gov. And does anybody have any questions at all? Everybody's good? Okay, Janet.
Okay, and I will start. So we're sharing, we're doing this with the PowerPoint. So let's hope that this is going to go through. Let's see. Perfect. All right, what we're going to be talking about for the next several minutes will be Congress.gov. It's a great website. It's the official site for US federal legislative information. It's timely, it's up to date. Today was listed for their information, and anyone can use it. We've used it with other classes, and we search here for bills, public laws, and much more. And I included the link to the FAQs on the slide. And just so you know, the slides we will send to Professor Mattie as well as the recording, so that if you just want to go to the slides and use some of the links, that's great too. And Professor Mattie actually sent us the FAQs when she initially contacted Rhonda. So we have that. And the information on bills, there are 3 links here. 2 of them happen to come from Congress.gov. So again, from that site, how our laws are made and the legislative process, which is a video. Take a look at them. You may be familiar enough that you don't need them, but we thought we'd include them. And then information on congressional bills. Now, this is much more detailed, and it's from govinfo.gov. So again, another federal site. you can see how, how you'd like to look at that and if you find it very helpful. Now for bills, I copied this piece from the Congress.gov site. And it's used most for legislation, this form, and it's regardless of what it is, the bill form, it starts the process. And what we're going to notice as we look at a few of the bills that I've identified, the content varies, the organization varies, but there are some pieces when putting together a bill that are consistent. So it'll always say a bill, and then this for the establishment, et cetera, that's the full title. Then the enactment clause, and this is on every bill in italics, be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, comma, and that sits below that title. And that, but this enactment clause is always there, and you can see prescribed by law in 1871. And it doesn't matter if the bill originates in the House of Representatives or the Senate, that enactment clause is always there. Other things may or may not, but the basic structure, but that clause is always there. And I have the link to that Congress.gov where I pulled this from. Now, Ron and I did some searching, and we're going to share this. I actually thought this might be something to have and look at. It's a real general overview of how to construct a bill for Congress. And this is from the summer camp. But the information it provides is pretty good. So I thought you might want to look at it, use it, don't use it, but I thought I'd share it. And so that might be something, again, if you decide to check it out, having the slide will be good. And again, it's helpful because it says you may need this, you may not use this. It's again, very flexible. And these are the bills that we're going to look at. I'm going to take a look at these, show you some structure, and that just so you have an idea. So with that, and we'll look at 4, but 3 of them a little more. I'm going to escape out of this. And I normally just do a Google search for Congress.gov. And so here we have it, and it's part of the Library of Congress. So we're going to click on Congress.gov. And just a little bit on the page. There's a lot here. I tend to search right in the main search box. All right. And they actually have some examples, which I think are helpful. If you have a bill number, so if it's a House of Representatives bill number 5, it's HR 5, and that's how you enter it. If it's a Senate resolution, SRES 9. If you're doing keyword searching, if it's 2 words, you put it in quotes to keep it together. So that's good. They do offer an advanced search. I tend to stay right here, but please explore. On the left, it says we're searching the current Congress, which is the 117th. You can change it to all Congresses. You can search by a different type of source. I will leave it at current. What are the most viewed bills? And you can take a look at those. Other bill searches and that are options. What are the current activities? And that's why I said information for today. Recent activities. And then current members of Congress. This video, this legislative process is the video that's on that slide, that PowerPoint slide. So I thought that I would do a very basic search, and it's just going to be healthcare. In quotes. Now, I'm searching the current Congress, but notice what happens. It comes up and says, do you want all sources or just legislation? I'm interested in legislation, so that's what I'm going to click on. It will come back. It tells me what I refined my search by. how many responses I have from this first Congress, this 117th Congress with healthcare. It's ranked by relevancy. And as always, you can change the sorting. So the date of introduction, latest action, whatever. On the left, you can see legislation is highlighted, and that's what I asked for. As I scroll down, the 117th Congress is checked off, but you can show more here. So you could choose any number of Congresses that have taken place going back to 73. All right. And then beyond that, you could say, I want the Chamber of Origin to be the House, or I want it to be the Senate. What type of bill? So a straight bill from the House or the Senate, resolutions, again, up to you. What we have used with other classes, status of legislation, has come in handy, because here it's telling you, where is this bill in its process? And sometimes what students are looking for, are laws. So we could look what's become law out of these 686, whatever number of bills or pieces of legislation, 4 have become law.